going to take a look at the International line today. The International sets itself right between a Globetrotter and a Flying Cloud. It actually utilizes the same floor plans as the Flying Cloud line, with the exception of a couple specific bunk models that the Flying Cloud has. The International is a upgrade over the Flying Cloud in decor, as well as the amenities on the inside. And we're going to go into that once we head in. The other piece of this that I like to kind of highlight is, think of it as a home. You're building a home and you want an interior designer to come to your house. That interior designer is like the International. So it's completely designed on the inside. You know, you can bring some of your own decor in to highlight it, but it really has its own strong decor to it. In front of us is the 27 FB. The FB stands for front bed, as opposed to a RB or rear bed, or CB, which stands for corner bed. This has a front bed. The front bed model here is a twin. I know that without looking on the inside because of the storage that's on the outside here. On a queen, this would not be here. You'd only have the storage that would be in the front. On the twin models, you have 3 front storage areas, the one in the front and both sides on either side. And the reason for that, you can access it under the beds. It's insulated, but it's actually outside under the beds itself. So, twin 27 FB, the measurement of this unit is 28 feet. That measurement is from the center of the coupler to the end of the bumper. So you have to add just a little bit more for the overall measurement because it's the center of that coupler. The weight, just over 5,800 pounds, is our base weight. That includes batteries and full LP. It maxes out at a GVWR, or the maximum capacity of the unit, at 7,600. We're going to go inside and take a look at the brand new 27 FB International. First and foremost, getting on in the inside. Custom made aluminum steps, swings out, then simply rolls down. The reason we utilize this type of system is A, fully aluminum, so it will last indefinitely. Rebuildable if you wanted to add new bushings to the pivots, and it slides right out of the way, creating a very nice slipstream and no wind resistance to an exposed steel box. Otherwise, that would be there from a normal step. It can be used simply as a single step like this, or you can roll it out into the double step. One of the features on the exterior that's different from a Flying Cloud to International. The International has an additional support system on the inside shell that supports the powered awning. The power awning is the main difference that is there as well in the exterior compared to a manual awning on a Flying Cloud. The awning package, which is optional on a Flying Cloud, is standard on an International. That includes a rear awning that shades the rear of the unit, as well as a roadside awning, or the other side of the campsite, shading that window as well. Standard on International, it is optional on a Flying Cloud. Come on in, we'll show you what it looks like. Now, as you enter into the new International, I want to take just a moment to highlight the International Signature and the International Serenity, 2 models that the sun will be setting on as we introduce this brand new decor. So the Signature was kind of a focus of sleek sophistication. The Serenity was a little bit more serene and spa-like. This one, our designers took a more coastal approach. In fact, the design is called Coastal Cove. It's meant to mimic that of more like a beach-style house along the coast. Inside, you'll feel some of that different decor that we've tried to work with through the designers. There's 2 different decor options on this particular one. Aqua, which we have here today showing you, and Seashell, which is a lighter, softer gray. The 27 FB has a really long lounge, a dinette area that has actually transitions into a sleeping area, as well as a seating area. This area will convert down into a position for a bed that would be 42 by 97 inches. A lot of people think it might just be a sleeping area, but if you were to take some bigger cushions with you, it actually can be a quite nice lounge for you to sit in. So you could think of it as a bed or one big long lounge. The lounge itself, also another sleeping area, will pull out into a bed. And that's nice if you have, let's say, an occasional guest or a child, or even someone who wants to sleep and you want to keep that dinette up. Otherwise, if you want to keep this space there, you can also convert this. Of course, you can have both, and you can sleep multiple kids. We're going to move into the dinette. The dinette area is surrounded in this panoramic window, currently covered up with blackout shades. All the covers that we have are blackout shades, so it creates a nice dark environment in case you want to take a nap in the middle of the day. The dinette itself has a laminate that matches the accent wall right off the galley. Moving up to the overhead locker, you can tell we have a brand new laminate. This laminate that's there, it almost looks like liquid glass. The reflective properties is the reason we chose it. It looks really nice up against the aluminum. Backlit overhead lockers, so you can see where your items may be. Also, kind of creates a nice look to the overhead locker itself. Blu-ray player that goes to the TV. You have also back in here as well the option for the Airstream Connect. So if you wish to add the Airstream Connect Wi-Fi antenna, you can do so. It's pre-wired for that, so your dealer can do the install. Coming around to this side of the lounge, you have two very large Airstream made windows. These all windows in the International, Flying Cloud, Globetrotter and Classic are all made by Airstream. The windows themselves are fully opening. So instead of some of the traditional RV windows that open just at the very bottom, the entire window opens, and it opens almost to a 90-degree angle, creating a lot of air flow that comes through this unit. It closes up with roller shades that come down, encased in aluminum to match. Vista view windows are up on top to provide stargazing or sunlight to come through. Also can be closed up when it's time for bed. The skylight does have another option to close up the vent as well. That skylight provides natural light in, stargazing at night as well, but you can close that up if you're trying to rest in the middle of the day. As we look up to the top, you see all LED lighting. The lighting in here is all soft white LED, and it's all dimmable, so you can set that right tone as you go into the evening. Next to that, you'll see the vents for quiet stream. It's our ducted AC system. It's extremely quiet. Rather than the exposed AC, this is all up inside the roof line in a very narrow channeled, all welded aluminum duct system that we have. These stainless steel vents have a composite liner on the inside that allows you to direct airflow. So not only can you direct the position, you can direct how much airflow is coming through. You have positions throughout the unit to adjust that airflow. It's also a heat pump, so your AC can also be used as a heat pump. Heat pumps are great to right about freezing. When you get to that freezing point or that mid to upper 30s, you're really going to want to turn to your furnace. Two reasons. One, it's more efficient, works better, it runs off LP, and the furnace itself heats your tanks and your pipes. So your tanks, your water, your gray, your black, all those are inside the actual chassis itself, but they're insulated and they're heated when your furnace is on. So you can be well below freezing in cold climates. As long as your furnace is on, you're fine. Moving to the galley, you have a nice flat glass cooktop that provides additional space to prepare meals, etc. When not in use, you can bring it back. Allows you to set up with a 3-burner stove. They do have little lights to make it look a little fancier, but it is a real nice cooktop with a cast iron grate on the top here, on the cooking surface. For all the Italian-made vent hood, we've been using them for quite a while. In fact, I mentioned soft lighting. It's one of the few that uses that more intense lighting that we have. The reason for that is it's a task light. So here, when you're cooking and you're preparing a meal, we give you that brighter light. Also, the exhaust fan goes on the outside. Remember to open up the little vents on the outside. I'll tell you what, Airstreaming for a long time, that was the one thing that I forgot prior to working here, was to remove those little tabs to allow the airflow through. We have new DuPont Corian solid surface countertops. Really cool about this design is turning the faucet 90 degrees allows you to kind of get in and prepare your meal. The cover comes off, of course, to a undermount stainless steel sink. This really nice looking Moen faucet also has a built-in sprayer that pulls out and comes right back in, retracts right back in. The hardware we chose is a brushed nickel. Kind of really gives off that accent and matches nicely with the stainless steel appliances, both the Beraldi overhead vent as well as the cooktop that we have. As you look in this area, you have the new solar charger. This particular model is equipped with solar. If you purchase a unit that does not have solar, don't fret, it is pre-wired for solar, so it's a fairly easy install. Although you do need a controller, which is right here. You do need the panels up on top and whatever batteries you choose to have. If you do choose the solar option, you do get 2 Lifeline AGM batteries. You get the Victron solar charging panel and 2 panels up on top, both 90 watts apiece, so 180 watts. Here shows your inverter. The inverter allows you to, there's select plugs, not every single plug, but there's select plugs throughout the unit that are inverted. So for example, your television. The television, this LG television, will run off of 110. It's inverted. What that means is it allows you to run off your battery. So if you are boondocking or dry camping, you can run your television and a select few outlets from that inverter just by turning that on. It's a 1,000 watt inverter that allows you to power, most kind of charging devices and laptops, etc. There's 2 items that in the unit will not run off the house battery. The AC or heat pump will require shore power, and a microwave or a convection microwave oven, if so equipped, would also need to have shore power or a generator. Otherwise, everything else will run off the house batteries, and if equipped with solar, the solar will recharge those batteries. Speaking of microwaves and power, this particular unit is tucked inside, right at chest level, which is great to be able to utilize. It pulls out to be used. If you choose a convection microwave oven, this turns into extra storage, so this goes away. This becomes a storage area, and then the convection microwave oven replaces the gas oven. Now, why would you want either one? The gas oven works fantastic if you're boondocking and you like to bake, because it runs off LP. The convection microwave oven is both a microwave as well as an oven, and it's electronic. So if you're not planning on doing a lot of baking, a lot of use, and you're doing and you're mostly staying at campsites where you're plugged in, it's a great option to be able to have because you add that extra storage. And that depends on the model, the floor plan you have. The 27 happens to be here. More storage up on top, and again, more storage down below in the pantry. Moving to the fridge, here we have a 7 cubic foot fridge, the top freezer, the bottom fridge. Inside, you'll have these old travel locks that allows any kind of food moving around to stay where it's supposed to stay, as well as, hear that snap, a travel lock in the handle itself to again make sure that as you're going down the road, food's not going to come out of your fridge. The fridge is powered by either shore power 110 or LP. So if you're going to be boondocking or traveling and you want to run that fridge off LP, you can do so. Just keep this in mind. It's kind of a pointer's tip. It takes about 9 hours from a warm trailer to get to that cool point if you're running just LP. Once it's there, you'll be fine on these larger fridges, but it takes a little bit to get there. So plan ahead, plan accordingly. If you're leaving the next morning, turn on prior to, or maybe plug it in. So, because once it's cold, it'll stay there in that LP condition. Storage on top, storage on the bottom. And that kind of transition us from our galley area to the bedroom. And on our way to the bedroom, we pass by the wardrobe. In a 27, you'll have a 2-door wardrobe. So you have a place to hang things here, as well as storage up on top as well. A little divider, if someone is going to be taking a shower, you can actually have this nice divider here that will kind of block out and provide some privacy for the person taking a shower, if that person is there, or I guess, if you wanted to do it that way, you have another divider here. This divider will cut this off. So if someone's in the bedroom and you want that privacy here, you can do that as well. The shower itself opens up. On the inside of the shower, you have a place to sit, also to shave your legs, etc., whatever it is you might want to do in a shower. There is a clothesline and a vent on the inside that helps bring that moisture away. Once you're done taking a shower, keep that vent on for a while. It will help grab that moisture and clean up the shower. On the opposite side of the shower is your washroom or your bathroom. Inside you have your toilet, you have a towel bar right above it, you have a little shelf that kind of comes across the sink, you have a Moen sink faucet, stainless steel sink. You'll notice on the inside there's a power center for the water heater. The water heater in this unit is an instantaneous water heater. It's not a tank, so it's a tankless style. It gives you unlimited hot water and it's almost instantaneous. It runs off your LP and it runs very efficiently. What's also nice is if the exhaust happens to be on the curbside, which is what we call our campsite, it's very quiet compared to older systems or other systems on the market. It's a very quiet and efficient system that works very well. If you have a large family, it's fantastic because you don't have to wait until that tank heats back up for an extra hot water. Moving to the bedroom, this is a twin model. We have it available in either a walk-around queen or a twin. On the 27 FB, the queen would be north-south, is what we call it. It goes in this direction, north-south, from the head to the back of the unit. In a twin, it does the same here as well. The reason I state that is if you go to a smaller size, like a 25 or a 23 queen, it will go east-west. The headboard would be off to the side over here, and you'd be walking around it this way. On a 27 or 28 or 30, as you go up, it's a north-south marked queen. On the twin, you have a real nice walkway on the inside. This is fantastic for a lot of reasons. If you're spending a lot of time in your Airstream, this provides another room almost. Rather than just be a room with a bed in it, it provides a bigger space. You can see, you know, I'm standing here, I can sit down. If I played a guitar, I can play guitar back here while my wife reads a book up in the front or whatever it might be. It can help kind of separate if you're in inclement weather. Another good thing about the twin for tall people like myself is that it's longer than the queen itself, or the queen bed. It's 80 inches long, which provides more leg room if that is something that is of a requirement to yourself. It provides more storage, both on the exterior as well as interior. You have these two hanging wardrobes on both sides that provides additional storage. Your nightstand in the middle, it does have full USB capabilities around this, as well as outlet points for charging, whether it's your cell phone or anything else you want to charge during the evening. The blackout curtains, the panoramic window in the back on both sides, these windows open up fully, allow a lot more air through, all screened of course. Nice thing about Airstream's windows, we also have, every window has a rain gutter. So if you do have it open, cracked open, and it starts raining, that rain gutter is going to keep rain from coming in. And if it's really raining hard, you're going to probably want to close that down to a pretty neat little close. But just so you know, if it's a nice light rain, that'll stay. Speaking of rain, this is also equipped with a fantastic fan. That fantastic fan, if it is open and running, does have a rain sensor. So if it does start raining and you're off for a hike, that top will actually close and seal itself. So if you wanted to air the unit out and go for your hike and come back and it starts raining, don't worry, it'll close and seal itself up. The backlit overhead lockers is an option. You can turn those off if you like. So if you do have a lot of items inside this, you don't want to see it, no problem. If you do want to take a look to see where those are, you can turn it on, slide it open, take a look to see what is available, what might be out there. The reading lamps are controlled just by a flip of a switch up on top. They can be positioned in any way you would like. So if you want to sit there and read, we have those in the front as well as in the rear by the dinette. The Airstream models are available in either a single or a dual air conditioning system. The one we have here today does have both. That is an option. So what comes standard in this particular size is a 15,000 BTU air conditioner. If you choose to add the additional 13,500 BTU air conditioner, you can do so. They are both controlled by this. So smaller floor plans may only have one. and our largest floor plans usually come standard with 2. In between, a lot of times it's a choice of whether or not you like to add that or not. People ask, does it make it colder? It cools faster, is what it really does. So it doesn't work quite as hard in really humid and super hot conditions if you had to, but it does cool faster from that really warm setup if you were to have the 2 units. The thermostat allows you to control either your air conditioning, your vent, and or your heat pump by zone. You have a zone 1 and a zone 2 for the front and the rear of the unit. Because it's ducted air conditioning, it actually will spread evenly throughout the overall Airstream and the overall inside of the Airstream. So if you only have one air conditioner, it still will reach the overall inside of the Airstream. We've explored the outside of the Airstream. We spent time with the first glimpse of the brand new International Décor package here today. For additional information and for more details, contact your local Airstream professional. You can also find more information on airstream.com. Hope to see you out there. Be safe and live riveted.